Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to Rooster's Man Cave. I was talking earlier today about the B14 6.5 Creedmoor that we got from Phil Odell at Odell Engineering. And some of the howevers became apparent, I guess, as I was thinking about this whole thing driving home from the range. One of the issues I think I was having with groups was the scope. I was using a budget scope, which is good for, or has been good for a lot of my shooting. But on a very bright, sunny day, looking at a white target, zoomed right in with some grass and that in between us, between me and the target, it didn't perform as well as it should. So what I decided to do was, since I just got my new Apex scope, the rival, I put it on there. I'm going to be using that tomorrow when I do some more testing. So considering the testing, what I was talking about earlier, that I would load up 41.6 grains of 4350 and run with that, just do some distance testing and all that kind of stuff. I've kind of reconsidered a little bit since the 41.3 grouped a little better, and now again you got to consider, it's hard to tell what was the rifle and what was me on those targets. So what I'm going to do is, instead of going with the 41.6 grains like I said earlier, I'm going to go to 41.5. So somewhere between 41.3 and 41.6 is likely to be the best spot for that, at least at that velocity. The velocity, the velocities that I'm getting are between 2660 and 2675 between those two charges. So fairly stable between those two charges, and it's fairly wide apart at 0.3 grains in a cartridge the size of the 6.5 Creedmoor. Just a partial step down from 41.6. Oh, and I have to adjust the seating depth as well, because what I did was I loaded all these guys up at touch length, just touching the rifling, and you can see maybe that they don't quite fit the mag. Let's see if we can get some better lighting here. Anyway, believe me, they don't quite fit in the mag to feed from the mag. So I'm going to change that a little bit, and some of the more experienced hand loaders out there will point out that changing seating depth will change velocity to some degree, and it'll also change group size and possibly group shape. But I think we're going to run with it anyways. Like, this is a brand new rifle, so without running, 100 rounds through it or 150 rounds through it or something like that and retesting, we're not going to know exactly what it likes long term. So I think I'll load up 41.5 grains of 4350, shorten up the seating, make my overall length a little bit shorter so that they'll feed through the mag, and we'll run everything through the mag. We'll go out and we'll shoot the hell out of this thing, go to distance, see what it'll perform like way the heck out there. So we'll see what it'll do over the next little while, and I'm going to lighten up the trigger here like I said earlier, or see if I can. Hopefully that'll eliminate a few bugs that I don't like. At the same time, we're going to test out the Apex. I've had a look through it, on my tripod down the street kind of thing. That's all I've had the opportunity to do. So I figured, hell with it. I'm going to put it on this rifle, zero it tomorrow, and shoot the hell out of it at longer range and see what it'll do. And we'll give you an idea what that scope is like as well. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so now that we have everything set, Now we're going to come to bullet seating. So like I was saying before, the touch length where the bullet actually touches the lens is where I set the length for testing. So maybe that was a mistake, maybe not. I think for testing, it's fine initially until you find the right powder charge, and then you start to do seating depth testing. So what I've determined, the overall length now, I want to say I usually use a comparator that goes back and engages the bullet on the ogive, or ogive, however you want to say it, instead of the tip, because the tip can be inconsistent. Now these Hornady bullets with the polymer tips are actually pretty consistent. So Chris has my comparators because of the 6.5 Creedmoor EM Precision build that he has. We're doing load development for it, and I lent him my tools, and he's now somewhere between the US and Frankfurt, Germany.
You son of a bitch.
Right now. So obviously I can't get my damn tools back. So I'm relying on good old overall length. Maybe not so good, but it gives me a decent idea. So we're at 2.896 right now is what I got, what I set the bullets to from the measurement that I got touching the lands of the rifle with a stripped bolt. Now, what I need to be at to feed through the magazine is approximately 2.878 is what I'm getting there. And of course, if I seat to 2.878, the bullets are still going to bind on the front of that mag. So I want to give it 10 to 20 thou clearance on that. So go to 2.8. Let's go to 2.86. Okay, 2.878 is what I measured on the mag. Let's try for 2.86. .871, so another 11 thou is about so okay, maybe not. 2.855. So let's try it in the mag, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but it's just nicely fitting through the mag. Looks like it's got about 10 to 15 thou between the tip of the bullet and the front of the mag. It'll work. So I'll write that down. Seat them all to 2.855. So we'll stick with this one until I find that it doesn't work. And yeah, barring any jams or anything like that, we'll go with that and see how it shoots.